All right, it's Bill here. Here's my thoughts on a 7-4 loss to the Buffalo Sabres to complete a homestand where you went 0-4-1. And, what do I hear? I hear something. Do you hear something? Beautiful voice. Big girl, but beautiful voice. What's that song? Oh, I love that song. You know what song? Once pieces of you were all that you knew. You're flying on your own. Now, if you kids, that's Rita Eat a Big Meal McNeil down Big Lassie from Nova Scotia. The fat lady has sung. And this season is officially over. Now, granted, I'll take a Rita McNeil song and eat a Big Meal song any time of the week. But that's the end of your season the minute you hear, you're flying on your own. You're done. It's cooked ham. This game... Before the game started, it was Daryl Sittler scored 10 points in the game. Darlene got half of them. I think this is the third out of 4 or 5 games on a homestand when we gave up hat tricks to Brock Nelson, Marcus Foligno, and Rasmus Dahlin. Now, I enjoyed Dahlin's a little bit more because I've got him on one of my fantasy league teams, so that's a big night for that team. But how? On your homestand, you give up 3 hat tricks. 3 hat tricks to Marcus Foligno, Brock Nelson, and Rasmus Dahlin. His first hat trick ever, Rasmus Dahlin, so that's really nice. I'm glad that the Leafs could help him out and spare him give him a nice sending off prize of a hat trick. Well, the game started off with a nice ceremony for Daryl Sittler, a guy who had heart, who actually tried, who did things on the ice that weren't horrible. Now, granted, he's a little bit before my time. I do remember him a little bit, but I certainly wasn't born when the 10-point night happened. But they did that, but it was funny. It was they had a whole bunch of guys on the ice. They brought back the team, and it looked like Wee Willie went through, those... I'm not a big app guy, trust me. I do this video on the phone, and, whatever. I'm not a big phone guy. But, there's an aging app, right? Like, you take a picture and you do an aging app. Well, Jesus Christ, it was right in front of your eyes. Like, Willie Nylander went through an aging app, and I saw Inger Hammerstrom. The guy who went into a corner with 2 eggs, and none of them broke when he came out. He had 2 eggs in his pants, and none of them broke when he came out. Nylander went through an aging app. Willie Nylander went through an aging app, and he showed up on the ice today. He was actually closer to the ice he's ever been. Now, granted, you don't want him to go through the aging app, but wow, I was shocked. Now, I see a whole bunch of people think that was cool that Nylander throws up a finger. Well, okay, so first of all, we're not 8 or 9, but, the people that think that that's cool, that, Wee Willie, and even he had a laugh, and, isn't he cool? He's fighting the power. Oh, he's fighting the power, Wee Willie. These are the same kids that grow up that, like, I get it. You wear your Uggs or whatever those fucking slippers are, and you go and you have you consider a really big night, having some Coors Light seltzers, and playing a little Minecraft or Fortnite, and then talking to your AI girlfriend in your mom's basement. I get it. So when Willie gives the finger, that's so cool. Like, that's rebellion. Oh, that is rebellious. Yeah. Well, if you ever watched Inger Hammerstrom play, that's what Willie Nylander is. He's Inger Hammerstrom. So while it's so cool, guys, I wish I was as cool as you. I wish it was so funny to put you're the people that, heaven forbid you do a little bit of hard work, and heaven forbid you do anything more than what is asked of you. Heaven forbid you be of service. So you keep cheering on Nylander, you little Coors Light seltzer drinking pricks. And I'll tell it like it is. Anyways, the aging app was Ingo Hammerstrom. The game starts, and you're hoping the Leafs got a little bit of heart. And what happens? Pretty much right off the bat, Tage Thompson, boom, in the net. And it gets called back because our all-stars are our video goal judges who call back a goal. And after that point, the Leafs scored 4 goals. They scored 4 goals, and Buffalo scored 1. Would anyone like to know what the score at the end of the first period was? It wasn't 4-1 Leafs. It was 3-2 Leafs. The Leafs scored 4 goals to the 1 Buffalo goal. 4 goals went off the Leaf sticks, and 1 goal went off the Buffalo stick, and it was 3-2 Buffalo. That pretty much sums it up right there. In a nutshell, folks. In a nutshell. First goal was scored by Matthew Knies. Now, Johnny was absolutely effing putrid tonight. He was disgusting. Now, I don't know what he pays off any of those people because he didn't touch the puck. How do you get an assist when you don't touch the puck? The goal should have said Knies from Michelli and McCabe. Instead, it says Michelli and Tavares. Does Tavares pay people off to get points? To prove he's a Hall of Famer? Hall of Famer? Oh, you gotta be crapping me. Man can't skate, can't do nothing. Folds like a cheap tent. Was god-awful tonight. Anyone who says that Johnny T was good tonight, I don't even know where your brain is. Don't know where it is. Yeah, Johnny T report. 0-1. A fake assist that he didn't even make contact with. -1, 19 minutes and 58 seconds of disgusting ice time. Anyways, Matthew Knies scores to make it 1-0. You think, okay, we got a break. Goal got called back for an offside after we had a complete defensive meltdown in our own end. We're back in it. No. We got Morgan. Rasmus Dahlin comes down and I guess really spent a little bit too much time with Carlo. He turned his ass to the puck. Not a good move. Don't turn your ass to the puck. What you want to do is have your face look at the puck so you can see where the puck is going. When you got your ass, unless you got eyes in your ass, unless you had some surgery, you can't see the puck. Dahlin shoots it off his foot in the net. I guess Wall should have had that. I saw a lot of people yipping at Wall all night. Let's face facts, Buffalo's goalie stunk too, but we didn't really challenge him. Was it Wall's greatest night? No. But I'm pretty sure having 2 goals scored off your own stick isn't on the goddamn bingo card. Should he had that one, folks? That was the one he should have had? And Haley's on the scoreboard. Yeah, Morgan, Haley, go F yourself report. You got 0-0-0-0-1. He had 1 shot on net. How did that shot get through? That man's wrists are weaker than me at a goddamn steak bar. He can't shoot the goddamn puck. He's a 32-year-old pansy who can't fire a goddamn puck. Why is he playing for the Toronto Maple Leafs? 14 years of watching this pansy throw pancakes into people's pads. I've never seen him take a shot and the guy go, ow! The goalie goes, oh, here it comes. I got some time. I'll grab it. He hasn't learned how to shoot a puck in 14 goddamn years. And we play this guy 20 minutes and on the power play. Although we did. I don't think we got a power play tonight, did we? Well, maybe we did. I wasn't sure. I don't think we did. No, we didn't get a power play because that would require going to the net. Dahlin scores, and then Austin Matthews goes to the net. Here's the facts, folks. You can get on Austin Matthews all you want. He had a 3-point night. Domi had a 3-point night. I'm going to crucify Domi on the 3rd goal for the Sabres. But tell me, when any other line was on the ice but his line, did you think they were going to score? There's only one line that had a potential of scoring tonight. Only one. When Matthews, Domi, and McMahon were on the ice, there was a potential that we might score. The other 3 lines were absolutely invisible and did nothing all night. That's a fact. You want to debate the fact? Watch the game and then have a debate with me. All you want. Tell me the time. There was one little play where Kelly Yannickacker had a nice play from Lawton. That was it. That was all. It was a lot of dumping it in and watching the Sabres defense. Imagine imagine when you put money into your defense and you have Dahlin and Byram and Power, Samuelson. When you put some money into your defense and they can get the puck out with no problem. And then when you sign Johnny Tay for $11 million and never upgrade your defense, and it is the most painful experience to watch the Leafs try to break out of their own end. It is goddamn hard work to get out of the end. I saw one time Dahlin with Tavares did a little Yui and said, "See you later." 10 strides later, Johnny T was a long distance phone call away from him. Matthews went to the net and he scored to make it 2-1. And Uka Luukkonen, I think I saw him in Willy Wonka, Oompa Loompa. He's out for a groin injury, so they put in a guy named Ellis. At that point in time, the Leafs had 5 shots on net, and by the halfway point of this game, they had 9. Ellis played 20 minutes and only faced 5 shots in that 20 minutes. That's a way to pepper a guy coming into a net. That's how you do it. Next, Troy Stetcher decides he's going to get in on the act, and he tips it right past his goalie, short side. The wall leaves the net a little bit early, yeah, but again, you're not expecting your defenseman to tip it into a goddamn net. And it's 2-2. And the third goal, mini idiot. I don't care if he's got 3 points. This guy is an absolute disaster on our own end. He's a tire fire. You want to know why he played for like 8 teams? It's because he can't do simple shit like get it out of the zone. And he got so while we had 4 goals to that point, Tage Thompson got the 5th goal, but he had a primary assist from Mini Domi. It says unassisted. That is not right, folks. That is a clean pass by Mini Idiot over to Thompson, who rips it home, while some guy named Zach Benson, who's about 5'6", is sitting by himself, and not one of the defensemen go over and put him out of the way. I'm not making this up, folks. And the second period starts, and the Leafs shit the bed. Shit the bed for the entire period. You lull them to sleep, I guess. There were shifts. There was one shift where Tavares was on the ice for 2.5 minutes with Michelli, and you can imagine how fast he was skating at that point. Oh, dear. I imagine what Daryl Sittler and the 76 Leafs were watching that going, shit, we were pretty slow in our day, but we weren't Johnny T slow. I mean, we didn't have a lot of equipment. We didn't have the skates they have now. We didn't have the technology, but shit, even with our bad technology, we could outskate Johnny T on any night, on any day of the week. 4 more years of Johnny T. I can't. Guys, I can't wait. I just love it. It makes my heart feel good. It's so good. We have 4 more years of Rally. Perfect. Another 3 of Matthews. Another 7 of Willie Wee Styles. Perfect. Whoa. Why are we not just so positive? Why aren't we like those fans that say fans are just so toxic? You should always be positive on your team. Yeah. I wonder why. I wonder why we're just so happy. How can you not be happy, folks, to have this happening? How can you not be happy? So while we got lulled to sleep, we lull them to sleep, and then one play, Matthews fans on a shot, and Bobby McMahon buries it to make it 3-3. We were playing disgusting hockey in that second period, and they tie it up. You have no business being tied at that point. None. Wall made a couple big saves, by the way, for the ones that are going on him. He made a couple big saves there. I didn't see Ellis make any big saves. Didn't see Uka Luka Wuka or Ellis make any big saves. But they're fine, right? You tie it to make it 3-3. And then caught on a line change. On the ice forever. and it ends up in the back of your net with Rasmus Dahlin cruising through the crease. I guess Wall should have had the tip shot, eh? And let's not face the facts that our friggin' line stayed on the ice forever. McMahon's chasing a puck around like it's again, another guy who doesn't know defensive zone coverage. If came, slapped him right across the face. And it's tied. What was left in the second period? 1:43. So you got to come out in the third period. It's the biggest third period of the. If you lose this game, you're done, and you had to win it in regulation. You got to come out and play. And 16 seconds in, Alex Tuch makes it 5-3. Like the Leafs have no heart, no character, no. They come out like a flat plate of piss. It's just brutal. Alex Tuch buries it after a horrible defensive breakdown. And then Jack Quinn scores after a flip pass from the other end. And Morgan Rielly skates away from the guy who's got the puck. Was he worried about a pass? Because there was no one there. He certainly didn't want to block the shot. He played it about as poor. There is no reason for Morgan Rielly to play another game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Like, what do we need? What else do you need to see? The guy can't shoot. He's a pansy. He can't play defense. Your Morgan really report how many hits? He had 0 hits. He scored a goal for the wrong team. So Morgan really played 20 minutes of no-hit hockey. Cottonelle Carlo had 1 hit in 17 minutes of hockey. What do you need to see? What are you expecting? This is not a defense. The guy skated away from the puck that was flipped up in the air. That's all it takes to beat our defense right now, is to flip the puck up in the air and skate behind it and realize you're not going to get hit. You're not going to have anything wrong with you. Grab the puck, do whatever you want, and shoot it. Now, should Wall had that one? Yeah. Yeah, he should have. He didn't get it. But it should have never happened. All you had to do was take the player. All really he had to do was do something that he hasn't done in 14 years of playing with the Leafs, is play adequate defense. And it's buried. And then there was an empty, I think that made it, 6-3. Domi scores for Matthews, and who cares a lot time. And then Dahlin gets the hat trick at the end. His team, name one player, one forward who had a good night tonight. One. It's Matthews. That's it. And I thought Matthews played shitty. I did. I think his defensive zone, he was terrible tonight. But in the offensive zone, he was the only person, the only hope we had. Second line, tell me who played good tonight. Michelli, nice. Johnny T. Well, Johnny T was the worst player on the ice. Third line was god-awful. Easton Cowan, for the love of Pete, how many times do I have to see this prick pass the puck to the wrong team in our end and fall down with no one around him in the offensive zone? I don't want to get mad at a 20-year-old, but Jesus Christ. Miners, please. How many times am I going to have to say it? Who cares who you bring up? This season's over. You know you're going to give the Boston Bruins the 6th overall pick, right? Like, even if we tank it, we'll lose and make sure it's 6. Just so we can sit there and watch them take another Dougie Hamilton or another Tyler Seguin. I can't wait. Robertson, god-awful. Wall looked like he was hurt, got hurt. I don't know. Fourth line. Rockstar, the Rocky Star, Scotty T. Rotten, your Scotty T. Rotten report. 0-0-0-0, -1. 0 shots on net, 3 hits, and 15 minutes of disgusting, horrible ice time. And you're going to say he played a great game? Yeah, I can't wait for the rock stars to tell me. He tried to start stuff, so the Sabres laughed at him. By the way, when's the last time this rock star we talk about that we're supposed to love got into a fight? Just let me know. Really tough guy. Yeah. Just let me know when Scotty Lawton got into a fight. Anybody? Bueller? I'm not blaming the game on Scotty Too Rotten for the love of Pete. He had a bad game tonight. I'm sorry, folks. He had a bad game. Whole team did. But I can't handle the rock star shit tonight. 15 minutes of 0, -1 of hockey. And the Leafs lose 7-4 to the Buffalo Sabres and have a 4-game trip out west where I don't give a flying fadoo what they do. Don't care. Has the Toronto Maple Leafs ever been more hateable than this team? Name a player you actually love on this team that you would cheer for. For me, I know it's not probably the night for it, but I don't mind Wall. I don't know about Stolars. I guess I like him. I like Hildeby. I like Stetcher. I wouldn't say I love him. I like Benoit. Ekman Larson. Going to the forwards. Not a one. Not a one I love. Not a one do I like. It's crazy. I don't like them, any of them. There's not one that's maybe Lawrence. You could maybe get me on that one. The other are just jokes. We have no prospects, no picks, no nothing. There's no future for this team. And you can talk about trading all you want. What are you going to trade? Who's going to trade for Haley? You could put Haley on waivers today and he clears. No one's paying him $7 million to be that. No one. You might be able to trade a goalie. You might and get something. Do you think we could trade Scotty Lawton for a first-round pick and a prospect? Maybe we can trade Trevelling to another team and you can trade it back to us. You might be able to get a third-round pick out of Scotty Lawton. Maybe a second. Maybe. What are you going to get for Carlo? You think you're going to get a first-rounder and Fraser Mitten for Carlo? You might be able to get a second-rounder, third-rounder. This team has been managed into the absolute... How Trevelling ding, 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 and Berube have jobs is beyond me. It's beyond me. We've got the Ryder Cup pink fairy glass Keith Pelly. Where's he gone? Where is he? He's like Stefan Robidas. Can't find him anywhere. Anyways, the Leafs play Seattle on Thursday. You're flying on your own. The fat lady, Ida Big Meal, has sung her tune in such a beautiful voice. Cheers.